Mica Miller, JP Miller case, some small things. First, let me start off by saying this. I have been sending information that I feel like could potentially be helpful to Mica's family. I am not bringing anything here to my page that I have not first sent to her family. So, Dick's Pawn Shop has been something that I have been searching for weeks. I kind of took a break from it, but have come back around to it because I am, so the reason that it piqued my interest was because when I was watching sermons, I've watched a lot of JP's sermons. There was a sermon where he talked about some people who needed help who came to the church. He offered to, they were asking for money. He basically said, I'll give you money, but you've got to work for me. So he said that they were, I think he says that they're homeless people, that he offered to pay them. If they showed up every day, that he would pay them. And long story short, in that story, when he's talking about this in a sermon, he talks about how he received a call from the pawn shop that these people who he thought he was helping out had actually been stealing stuff from the church and taking it and pawning it. And that struck me because I thought, how in the world, what is the connection to the pawn shop that the pawn shop would have any clue where these people got these things in order to call back? Like, what were the items? And it struck me as odd, and that's what led me to searching the pawn shop, because there is all of the suspicion around the pawn shop and people walking around, etc., which to me screams the pawn shop was in on all of this, right? Because they would have seen the suspiciousness. They would be speaking out about the suspiciousness if they felt that it was suspicious. Also, she was so quickly able to purchase this gun. Again, there is concern about that. So while in my searching last night, I came across two different names who are tied to Dick's Pawn Shop in Myrtle Beach. Now, I have started to look into these two names because the last names are interesting. First, I'm going to say Kim Miller. JP's brother, Patrick, is married to a Kim Miller. Now, I have not been able to tie the Kim Miller who works for Dick's Pawn Shop to his brother, but I just haven't had time to look further, and I'm also limited on my resources. I'm just a regular person. The other person that, again, has a name that is interesting to me is a Allison Hardy. JP's first son, his name is Logan Hardy. So that jumps out to me as being odd. Again, I've sent all of this. Maybe somebody else has looked at this. I've sent this to the family, but I'm going to continue to search and see if these two names that look oddly suspicious to me might connect to why Mica was able to, or was put in the position to get this gun in such a suspicious fashion, because ultimately, Dick's Pawn Shop was behind the bigger picture. Let me know if you've seen anything about this. Let me know what you think. Again, justice for Mica.